Hey everyone, Selena for Who is Jesus Today. How's it going out there? Everyone, I like today approach a topic that is a very sensitive one. And I would say if you are out there a lady, whatever is your worldview, persuasion, background, what you believe, I believe this will hit you someplace in your heart and a soft spot there, because I'm going to discuss something that can affect all of us from anywhere in the world, and it's been happening for a while. And I would like to discuss today, I will have a link you can follow, a video. Before I jump into an issue that's happening here now in Israel, I'm going to tap into this a little bit step by step, so that our minds can be open and we would not just say, okay, so that's a Israeli problem. No. Let's even go back in history. Let's go a little further. Every once in a while, people, they come across something, they come across a population and their ancestry, and they're wondering, how did that get there? Say Mongolia. Oh, okay. Iran. Wow, I didn't know that. Oh, Egypt. It's interesting. Listen, throughout human history, these empires, which were being run mostly by men, the world's oppressors, as we would say, right? You have the Mongolian Empire, you have the Ottoman Empire, the Persian Empire, you have the Roman Empire, you have the Mali kingdom, you have the Egyptian kingdom or empire, however you like to say it. And sometimes, we're wondering, well, born in Nova Scotia, Canada, interestingly, that is showing up by DNA, some say ancestry from Iran, or say Mongolia, and people try to figure this out. So it is not hard to figure out, though, because you see where there is power, where there is oppression and control, who comes under the attack of being taken advantage of and exploited sexually? Women and girls. What happens with women and girls? They get pregnant, unwillfully so. This is not new in our world. It is our human history, isn't it? What has happened thousands of years ago doesn't hit us, in our hearts right now, because we're all here, right? But just think about this happening today. I like to now say to the fathers out there, the brothers, uncles, husbands, just imagine today the girls in your lives, your daughters, your granddaughters, the young women, your wives, your sisters, your moms, your aunts, Just imagine that they're taken captive and taken advantage of sexually. You don't want to think about it. No one does, but we cannot say it's not impossible. These things are happening, and you can say that while I am even speaking on this topic, it's happening somewhere in the world. So, what do we say about this? You see, on this channel, I am pro-life, and that's where my heart is. That's what I believe. That's what I stand with. We know that the issues of let's go deeper now. I think we can now jump a little further. The issues of rape has often been used as a means to say, for those who are pro-choice, what if a woman is raped? And this does happen, of course. A lot of times, though, the issues of abortion is not because a person was raped. But I know, I'm not saying that it hasn't been. But that's not often as widely spread, right? People are making these choices because these are the choices that they choose to make to terminate the life that's inside of them. I'm not for that. I am pro-life. So I want you to think now, dads, your daughters, they're in their teens, their 20s. Okay? The last thing that anyone would want is that the women in their lives that they love, the girls, that they would be sexually exploited, taken advantage of, and then to add to that, to become pregnant. This is hard. It's a very sensitive topic. I will leave off the comments section. I think I should at this point, because I don't want too many distractions on this topic. It is good to hear what people think in their opinions, and maybe at another time. But I will show a video. You can make your assessments from that. So I went into a history. Let's bring this a little closer to our time. I'm aware of this because I do follow the persecuted church. Okay, there are Christian women around the world, in particular countries especially, where Christian women are also being raped and they're having children. I used to follow, there was a young woman in Nigeria who was kidnapped by a jihadist, forced into marriage against her will, of course, and she was having kids for them. Who knows how many other men may not be involved with this situation with this young girl. So often it isn't just one man. Sexual sin, sexual exploitation is brutal. And as brutal as it is, having to heal from those things. Now let me just be a little transparent here and honest. I cannot speak on behalf of women who have been exploited in this way, because that has not been my situation in life. So, for a person's been raped, they're feeling a trauma that you cannot say relate to in that way, okay, ladies, unless it's happened also to you or someone very close to you. But it can happen. And even for us who are Christians, things are, maybe there's more protection and security in the United States of America, but there are places in the world where this is happening now, probably as I speak. And so Christian women are vulnerable to being sexually abused and becoming pregnant. Okay. These are some difficult circumstances. Now let's jump into October the 7th, the attack on Israel. And as we know, there were young women, teenage girls, even children that were taken captive. Okay, so this thought was in my mind. It's not that this just shocked me, but it does shock you when you actually hear now that there's a situation going on and there's a crisis. And that is the women that are hostages. Some of them have become pregnant with the children from the HAMAS terrorist group. And they are carrying these children. Those lives are precious. This is not an easy topic. I do approach this topic from the perspective of being one who is pro-life. Would you open up your heart, and me as well, to pray for God to intervene in the lives of the women, the innocent lives that they are carrying, and that right decisions would be made and the support that they need. If you ask a woman who's never been in this situation, what would they do? Say if I just address this to my Christian sisters who are pro-life. Right. I identify as well with that position. Again, if you're like me, you've never faced this. So we just really sympathize, we feel it, and we just imagine what that would be like, the trauma. I will also say on this channel, I consider, as you know, we have to, we were all created in the image of God. All life is precious. A new life, even from an abuser, an exploiter, whatever names you want to add, oppressors, colonizers. Life is life. Let's be honest. In our human history, people are existing today from the history of colonization, from migration, the exploitation of women. It may not be anywhere near our current, say, lineage, but hey, if you go back a few hundred years, a few thousand years, such is the history of humanity. All life is precious, even when it's conceived in very traumatic and devastating ways. I kind of will leave it at that. Because all of us are conceived in sin, regardless of how that, was it a one night stand of passion, was it, unwanted, a teenage pregnancy. There's a lot of those, right? A lot of people are alive today and here, and that's their history. My mom, I'll get a little personal here. My mom, she had to even think and wonder if she wanted to keep me. And she made the choice to keep me. Right. And I'm glad that she did. I'm talking to you today. Many of you are out there, and they were trying to decide, should they or should they not. And Mom wasn't sure if she was prepared, but I can say that my father, who's deceased, also was very happy and glad that she did. They know it was the right decision to let me come into the world. Think about that, and let's continue to pray for these women's lives. I'll stop there. You can like and subscribe. Till next time, shalom.